Hello everybody and welcome to some BTS Europe Series 3. We've got Stock versus HWA Gaming. They are the quick replacement for Mama's Boys who, of course, disbanded. In case any of you saw the schedule, it was originally Mama's Boys, but they disbanded quite recently, I want to say, maybe a week ago, and HWA is their replacement. So, either way, I'm pretty interested to see how this one pans out.
Enchantress.
I've seen a lot of the members
Dire
of
team.
HWA play, but I haven't seen them all play together for quite a while. So I'm not quite sure how strong they are compared to Stock, a team that is very quick at adapting and has made some changes, has made a change to their roster, but has also been having some trouble sealing the deal in a couple games. Either way, let's get into it. I'm Llama Down Under, by the way, just in case you couldn't tell. We've got Faceless Void and Earth Spirit banned out.
10
It's
seconds
interesting,
remaining.
some teams let the Void go through to the first round and where it often gets picked up or then
Dire
banned
team
immediately in the
pick.
second round, but Stark really wanting to get rid of it. And they go
Radiant
with Chen
team
Invoker,
pick.
so already letting us know there's going to be some type of early creep push, some
Dire team
re-dominating
back.
of creeps between the Chen and the Enchantress. And HWA just go with Death Prophet Enchantress, so both sides already have some good push coming out of them. Stark's lineup, of course, can go a different way. They could try to turn it into
10 seconds
more of a
remaining.
ganking Chen, an Invoker that goes later, pick up a solid carry,
5
maybe block pick
seconds
the
remaining.
Juggernaut, because of course that's another great pushing hero that HWA could get their hands on, and try to aim for
Reserve
something
time.
later. But Stark also really loves getting that Jakiro. As I mentioned, Jug always a solid carry, pushes towers well. They could pick something else though that also pushes, and just go at it. Um, Next up,
Radiant team ban.
we'll be seeing Broodmother gets banned out because if you
Dire
don't
team
draft to
ban.
handle a Broodmother, you have to ban her out. And Stalk go with banning out the Oracle. Now, obviously, Oracle and Death Prophet have great synergy. You can use that false promise, give people an extra time on the exorcism, even if Death Prophet's going to get blown up, because there is some burst
10
damage coming out of
seconds
Stalk.
remaining.
Kind of interestingly, though, Death Prophet and Oracle
5
together have a
seconds
lower win rate
remaining.
than the heroes apart. So, I'm
Dire
I
team pick.
assume, and we've looked at some of the numbers on this, but we don't have the whole picture because we didn't pull all the games. But for some of the games where that happens, it's because higher tier teams are giving away the Death Prophet and the
Radiant
Oracle to
team
lower tier
pick.
teams. They know they can beat, even if they do have the Oracle and the Death Prophet. But it's always funny to see heroes that are so prioritized in the competitive
Dire
scene
team pick.
actually having a negative effect on teams' performances. So Juggernaut gonna be the pickup from stock, as we mentioned, a bit of a block pick, a bit of a good solid carry for themselves. But just as we say that, Beastmaster comes out, and now HWA have a lot of units flying around. Omni Slash gonna be somewhat difficult to get off if Stock doesn't make sure to clear everything first, because it could just bounce to the
10
boar, the
seconds
bird, the
remaining.
Necronomicons, Enchantress creeps. So,
5
what
seconds
were Chen
remaining.
creeps and then quickly become Enchantress creeps? And
Radiant team
Stark go
pick.
with a lion. This is not a hero we see every day. They, of course, banned out the Witch Doctor themselves, not wanting HWA to pick that up against their Chen, but would have been a good pick against Enchantress and Beastmaster, since that paralyzing cask lost for 5 seconds on creeps. But it's going to be a lion. Certainly burst damage to deal with Death Prophet. If she's
10
ulting and you
seconds
get the
remaining.
Omni Slash and the finger off on her, she's dead, but
5
not a hero
seconds
we've been
remaining.
seeing as much as other supports. So either way, HWA, they
Reserve
got the
time.
Beastmaster. I do think they have good potential here for an early push. Their hard carry, there aren't a lot that are super popular right now, but especially if they're just doing it for push, they've got the Beastmaster Inner Beast, which will really ramp up attack speed on everyone. They've got an Enchantress who can pick up creeps, who also will be happy about having extra Inner Beast. Of course, we got Exorcism on the Death Prophet. They could go for something we saw yesterday, like the PL. So even though it takes quite a while to get a PL online, you can definitely make it happen. So as we saw.
Dire team ban.
And yeah, we're gonna see a Rubik. Not what I was expecting to buff up their push, but there are some nice things to steal here. I think it'd be really funny if we see the Rubik manage to steal the Dominator creep from the Chen, and then HWA just have a huge Chen army coming towards Stark's base.
5 seconds remaining.
We've got to talk for right now about Stark's high grounding. They don't have fantastic stuff right now. The Juggernaut does some wave clear with the Blade Fury, but something like a Gyro would have been nice, and now Stark are looking for an offlaner. They can still go for the Jakiro that they love, but Macropyre can only be used so many times. I'm a bit worried that if so many units swarm a tower, Stark will be giving up the life of someone just because you get in close range of the Silence or the Primal Roar from Beastmaster, and then you have a lot of trouble getting out. So. Also, this is a support Enchantress, most likely. They could run it. A couple of the teams, namely Spirit actually likes running the Beastmaster in the safe lane to get quite a lot of farm, but I think HWA looking for a carry. Gyrocopter banned out, always someone that makes a lot of sense, can take down a lot of the Chen units, plus can be very aggressive very early on. But HWA, they've got a lot of options. They also don't have particularly weak lanes. Beastmaster, he may end up having to go get forced out of lane, but he can always pick up an Iron Talon and jungle very easily with the Boar and the Iron Talon. Enchantress will be coming out ganking. She may even go very aggressive and be in the Dire Woods, although it's hard with a Chen. It's something she could try to do, maybe just rotate up to the hard camp and help the Beastmaster out for 1 or 2 times in lane. And for Stark,
10 seconds remaining.
I keep saying Jakiro because it's something they like. They can also go for the Tide Hunter. It means that you're playing around long cooldowns, but if you can use that Ravage to get in, blow up the Death Prophet when she's using that Exorcism, it's well worth it. And it's going to be the Bat Rider from them, so they're hoping for those click pickoffs. And HWA go for the Clinks. That's another great way to deal with the Chen. Just eat his creeps. And Klasinki, who I also think, I'm just saying guys, this name could be pronounced Klasiniki, is going to be playing up that Clinks. Obviously, Trixie on the Bat Rider over there, and let's get rid of some Prison Dota, and let's get into it. Oh, we do not have those folks joining us today. So, looking at these two lineups, I have to say I'm really favoring HWA's lineup. I'm not sure that I'm seeing the high ground D push that I think is necessary on Stark to deal with this. Obviously, a lot of this depends on how the lanes go. If the Stark manages to dominate the lanes, it's a different story. The high ground push won't be coming. Stark will have a fine time getting items up. But even if HWA come into this mid game a little bit under leveled or under farmed, they have a lineup that can group and push, or Clinks just needs to hit 6, and that's when you can start going around killing people. It's a little more difficult with there being a Chen on Stark, but it's still feasible. Maybe you've seen the Chen ult being used already. You can make sure you find the Lion, pick him off from behind. I mean, with Strafe and Boning Arrows maxed out, Clinks can kill off the Lion before the poor Lion can turn around and hex if you play your cards right. So, and similarly with the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's only plan is kind of just run away from a Clinks. So, also Death Prophet's dress is weird. Okay, so Klasinki. Just gonna be harassing Trixie some. And we'll see the usual rune split. Valix now also getting harassed by MDL. But nobody gonna contest that rune on either side.
Begins.
Now this mid matchup's an interesting one. They should be able to trade evenly because both sides do have good supports who can come in and try to make something happen. Chen and the Lion will probably smoke after Chen gets some appropriate creeps and try to gank either top or mid. Maybe just the Chen solo will try to gank depending on what creeps he's able to get. So this mid lane, it shouldn't be too one-sided. But we'll have to see who rotates first. Rubik and Enchantress. Enchantress also has a smoke, so those two also an excellent combo. And Trixie already going hard, putting that Firefly out. He does not have anything in Sticky Napalm. He has to be careful. There's a potential telekinesis Alex the Fool has. And Trixie's just going to try to trade right clicks with the Rubik. Gets punished a bit. He didn't get much experience there because none of the creeps died while he was in range. He'll get this one, at the very least. And looking up at that top lane, both offlaners doing okay so far. Valix and Juggernaut have good potential for killing RNT, but obviously something like the Oracle that was banned out maybe would have been much more scary. And now RNT gets a nice wave near his tower, while Trixie being forced to Firefly away. Looking at this mid matchup, the Death Prophet doing a little bit better right now, using that Spirit Siphon to be a real pain to Nymphy. We'll see what else she has up her sleeve. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a game where she feels that she can skip the silence for now. Although, depending... Oh, he planted a happy little tree. Well played, Nymphy. Oh, and with that, Enchantress comes up top, very far out of position, is able to be picked off by Stark, and that's going to bring them the first blood. And unfortunately, Beastmaster has hit level 3. We're okay. We're waking up. It's early morning, Dota. It's a solo cost. We'll stop missing the kills. Beastmaster hits level 3, though, and now becomes a much harder kill for the supports to wrap around on. Talking game lineups. I think there's some potential here for HWA just to group up when they get level 6 on everyone. With Cold Snap in mid on Necroman. Sunstrike is at the ready. Necroman's probably going to fall here. Eats a Fairy Fire, trying to get on out. Nemphy doesn't throw the Sunstrike, and now Necroman, thinking about turning it around, also has a Salve. Gets out with the skin of his teeth on both sides. And Lion actually takes a lot of damage in top. Looks like they tried to go on the Beastmaster, who is now very much in control of this lane. Level 4, 3 minutes in. You're attempting to gank in this guy. Long gone, and also because of that, he can go the boots. He's very much able to... because the Beastmaster hasn't been forced back into the jungle, he's actually getting a decent amount of CS10. This might become a problem. This is an early Necronomicon, an early Blink, if that's what they decide. Most teams will pick up the Necronomicon first. That's the general Beastmaster rush. Brown boots into that. But it is possible that they decide to pick up an earlier Blink if they're pushing, just to say, hey, we'll jump behind the towers, Blink Primal Roar someone, and force him down. Trixie is actually coming around to try and help out the mid lane. Necroman has been cold snapped up. Trixie also has a DD. He has to close the gap here though, and the first Sticky Napalm unable to hit. We have a lot of people rotating. The Enchantress is going to see this. Valix, he is very close to having the stun. He misses. The Exorcism is out. Trixie's coming in too though. They've got a stun. They've got a lot of Firefly. Trixie dropping those DDs and the Sticky Napalm, and that's going to be a kill. The first Exorcism results in nothing. Not even a kill on Valix. Or Necroman, and that is not the start you want. Even though they did manage to kill up the Juggernaut in top lane. Gosh, this thing. It looks like... Okay, it looks like Creeps technically got that. But, you know, you're seeing the power of Enchantress coming up to say hello, and RNT already being level 5. So. Wow, this Beast Monster is actually quite farmed. If we take a look, yeah, he's on the top net worths. That's what getting a kill involvement means. And the Enchantress now gonna come and be a real pain to ML Whisper over here. Whisper's doing okay, despite that death, still farming away at it, but it's never something you want to be behind the Beastmaster in the offlane. A hero that's not, I mean, can do this well, but generally isn't meant to. That's why you get some supports to zone. Trixie, meantime, has his creep stolen, so it's very sad. He's going to get a... Oh, okay, we have an engagement up on top. They're going in onto the Juggernaut again. He can't get the spin-off in time, and he goes down to the auto attacks now. Valak's in a lot of trouble, being chased down. Here comes Chen, trying to get something done with all of his creeps. He's going to get the stomp out. A little bit of damage onto RNT, but where is the rest of it? One more auto attack will finish it off. Lion going to go down to Enchantress's creeps, although Enchantress now in a lot of trouble. Trixie is trying to bottle up and get some mana, and Enchantress just goes for the TP away. They don't have anything. The Sunstrike, not enough damage, and the dominated creep. It did have mana for the stomp, but that thing takes a while to cast because Nymphy used his Sunstrike on top. Necroman knows he's safe from that over here.
Structures are fortified. No.
So, Clinks in the meantime takes the moment to destroy the bottom tower, giving everybody else an extra boost up of farm. Even though the Death Prophet has died once, obviously that tower gold, plus the fact that she's having just a bit better time in the lane than the Invoker, really buffing up her farm. There haven't been, other than the one rotation in the river, where Necroman was super diving and the Chen and the Lion came, there have been no rotations really from either side on mid. It's a little surprising, especially from Stark, since their mid is the one having a bit more trouble. But there's just a lot they need to commit to dealing with this Beastmaster in top. RNT has done an excellent job of drawing up a lot of their tension up here. And they go for a smoke. That was directly under a ward. Stark, I believe, did see it, which is why we see the drawings on the map, people hiding under their towers, but Chen... Boogie still might be in the danger zone. There it is. There's the broken smoke. There's just going to be a creep stolen. And Valak's is here as well. Exorcism popped from Necroman. Unfortunate that the Arcane Rune came after that Exorcism. This is going to be a really hard time to push the tower because Stark, expecting the smoke gank on their mid lane, have sent a lot of reinforcements in. So Necroman not having any luck with these exorcisms. Now, Klasinki having a good time on this bottom lane. Has already got that soul ring up. Is going to be able to dominate Chen's creep anytime in a team fight, but hasn't really rotated off the lane. If he can sit bottom and get another tower, it's very much worth it. But the Lion, the Chen, all valuable targets that could be picked off. And again, Trixie is up here. He's hit level 6. The Hawk's going to give them vision, so there might be a primal roar across the tree line. It's just possible to reach in some positions. But all in all, a lot of posturing just coming out from both teams. I mean, it's fine for HWA. They do have the slight lead. Both teams had a jungler. HWA obviously had a much more successful top lane. It's our off laner. But you never want to give Stark... Letting up the pressure feels dangerous against the Batrider. And especially, you have a Clinks who can get so much done. Speaking of getting so much done. Clinks, considering coming in mid, that's the other reason for this sentry. And he knows that there's vision here since they saw their ward get dewarded.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
But otherwise, the folks on Stark, they're going for a rotation up top, trying to make something happen. This tower may be dead before they get there. They're wrapping on the Enchantress. She is already hoofing it out. A hard hero to catch. They have some smoked up creeps, but it looks like this has just been a smoke into... Oh, a nice tower deny.
Top tower has been denied.
Yeah, a smoke into a tower defense. They were hoping to catch someone, but they did get the deny. They didn't lose anyone. And still, Klink's having a really hard time finding a kill here. Forced to eat my words there. He may have actually done better if he just went bottom, kept working on getting that Solar Crest Desolator up. ML Whisper has been forced to stop spinning. He's got that Primal Roar being used on him now. Valix looking like their target of choice. Chen is here. A lot of damage going out with those axes, and Valix looking like he's just going to fall to the boar and the creeps. He eats his wand, or he pops his wand, has the God's Heal coming out as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Invoker... Okay, Invoker just wasn't in mid. So that engagement, again, one that results in really nothing for either side. Very interesting series of events. This game, not the most action-packed, although it does have the players for it. So I'd say this suits stock just fine. The Klinks is going to get bigger, but the Juggernaut needs quite a bit more help right now. Obviously, the pressure in the top lane, losing the tower, has really affected Juggernaut's farm, including the ganks up there, so... And taking a look, part of the issue here for the lineup of HWA who keep trying to make aggressive movements onto stock is this vision, right? They saw a smoke with this ward, they can see the rotations on top, they're going to be able to tell if the Klinks is farming the jungle or not with that ward. It's not easy to find these stalk heroes. As I say that though, Trixie, in the danger zone, has Klasinki looking right at him. Oh, and you pop the medallion. Okay, Klasinki gives it up, but if you pop that medallion, you may just be able to kill Trixie. Again, another one of those before he can turn around and get you. In the meantime, Nempi has gotten that Midas up. Didn't quite see the timing on that, but since he has another 1200 gold, probably at least 3 minutes ago. And okay, these two just saying hello to each other. Boogie just goes for the TP away. Enchantress now thinks there's a ward here? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, and they smoke right on top of another ward.
Radiant's middle tower is under
While
attack.
Stark's top lane may have not worked out at all compared to the lineup of 8... I mean... They definitely lost the lane involving the Beastmaster, but these wards have been on point. We're going to be finding one. They managed to catch out RNT, a very rich target, so a good kill. At the same time, they don't seem to, despite the smoke, have any idea that this Roshan is going down. Probably expecting a gank on them. And this will take a little bit of time, but obviously with the medallion, with the searing arrows being much physical damage, they'll eventually get this Roshan. I think Chen is going to farm the... Chen going to farm the bottom lane. So this Roshan, despite taking, I think, a solid 30 seconds, is eventually going to fall. The healing wisps come out again. Oh goodness, this is very funny. They will just make it. They get themselves an Aegis, a nice pickup. And taking a look around, Trixie has his Blink Dagger up, also has a Dust to make sure they can grab the Klinks. The mech, Chen's getting closer, not quite closing in on it. And Juggernaut just really rocking those phase boots. This isn't a bad Battle Fury game, there's a lot of things you need to clear, but the concern is if he goes for the Battle Fury instead of the fight item, the push may come before Stalk is able to really get the items that they need on those heroes. Trixie is looking to murder someone, but they've completely seen him. Oh goodness, Trixie is most likely incredibly dead, but they don't have a stun up there, never mind. They just couldn't get vision, so there's no telekinesis. A nice TP out from Trixie. Nobody's gonna die after missing the first few. After missing the first few engagements, we're getting no more, folks. No more people are gonna die in the rest of this game. Nice two-man stun from Valix. He's really just trying to slow things down. And Invoker, I think, rotating for top, working on that Aghanim Scepter. They're just going to try to trade towers. Obviously, that top tower much less valuable than this mid tower. Glyph is popped by Stark, but they can't come close to Klisinki. Klisinki will blow them up, and with an Aegis as well, he has no fear. Exorcism still on cooldown, so they'll be looking to push a second tower, especially since this is Exorcism level 2. And all Stark can really do is they're working on that top lane, but of course their push going to be much slower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're really taking their good old time on HWA. Trixie coming in too close. The Exorcism Hand of God does come out. The lady's going after him. The last auto attack will end up finishing him off. Beastmaster has also picked off the Chen. And this push has gone horribly wrong for the lineup of Stark. The Sunstrike bringing Necroman very low, but with his spirits able to come back soon and own charges across the team. They are getting this tier 2. Stark also did use the glyph for it. I do not believe... They're going to... Okay, I didn't think they were going to continue pushing, but then ML Whisper was posturing like he would, and he does build into that Yasha. As I said, I don't think the Battle Fury is bad here, but you have to be aware that Stark, their high ground defense needs to be up and ready early on, because they just lost 2 tier 2s in less than, about a minute apart. Sorry, they lost a tier 1 and a tier 2. This one's still standing, even though Beastmaster did poke at it a little. In the meantime, Necronomicon level 2 on the way for Beastmaster. He's actually had that sitting there for a while. Just doesn't want to bring it over. And Chen still doesn't have that mech. He's really farming poorly considering he's a jungler. They'd had good vision of their jungle, giving a lot of it over to Trixie. Wants to get that 4-staff up. Once the Batrider has the blink and a 4-staff, you can generally give the Batrider a gem. Maybe Trixie will also want to Yules here just because of the really long silence coming out of Death Prophet. Okay, we have Clink smothering someone. No, he is just stalking his prey. And Enchantress, she's gonna build up that Dragon Lance. She also doesn't have the most amazing farm, but it's a similar problem on both teams. Both teams, there are a lot of heroes that want to be farming that jungle. There's just a lot of heroes that want to be farming full stop. Beastmaster wouldn't mind getting richer. The Clinks, the Death Prophet all want farm. Now, just like what happened in the top lane, this isn't a very high priority tower for Stark. They are posturing as if they want to protect it, but they have no glyphs, so I think this will fall before they can do anything. And you can see, now Stark pinging out the mid tower. Unfortunately, they didn't group up to push in time, so it's doubtful they'll get much damage on that. And Clinks goes for a defusal. I was really expecting the Solar Crest, the Desolator, but it's not bad for running people down. It's good against the Invoker as well. Now, Trixie's gonna jump aggressively forward. This is Klaneski's turn to act. Oh gosh, he's caught Trixie from behind. There is the Desolator showing its true worth, and Trixie, despite full stealthing away, goes down. That is why you might need the Yules up or something else on this team. They're going to get themselves a tier 1, but at the same time, HWA is pounding on their front door.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Death Prophet, she has up her drums, she has up her Yules. Look at how fast everything hits. The Beastmaster's inner beast, like, they haven't even popped the drums. They're forced to return on Slark. A meatball is dropped, but it just tickles the creeps. They're still doing very well. The Wisps come out, and they're losing a Rax 19 minutes in. This thing is going down. There's no stopping it. Beastmaster's level 3 Necronomicon comes out and does good work on it. And Stalk, their base wide open. Their lack of high ground wave clear with the Batrider being dead, it's gone. Oh, Batrider looking to kill off the Enchantress. They have some decent burst here. Also, yeah, they should be able to just pick her off with the autos now. Something else interesting to note, we haven't seen a finger out of Alex yet. He's very close to his Blink Dagger. Stealing the kill may have actually been the play there, just to make sure that he gets some more farm going his way. It's incredibly difficult to be a Lion in this lineup. You don't offer much the high ground defense. Even if you stun all of them, it does so little damage. You're not getting an Ags, right? Some people are like, oh, Lion can have AoE. Not really. Yeah, Stark doing a good job of capitalizing on that one kill, trying to push, but everybody's so low level right now, that they've already respawned. I mean, that was a level 11 push coming out from HWA. So Stark trying to turn this around. They're using Alacrity, getting a lot of damage on the tower, but the Primal Roar at the ready. It's going to come out onto Nemphy. There are a lot of units to do damage. The Enchantress just ripping right through him. He's Yulzed up in the air, going to try to walk it off, but the silence making him unable to. And one more attack from the Chen, going to take him. And now Trixie also falling again to Klasinki. And it's just looking like slowly but surely Stark going to be falling behind on this one. 5,000 net worth, 3k experience. This is just not much you do if you're Stark. So they're going in from bottom because their mid wave is close enough to get rid of that backdoor protection. Glyph popped by Stark, but again, no Batrider, no Invoker. They should be up before the racks are hit, but they're gonna need the Hold of Dreams, otherwise this is just GG. GG, you should have banned Death Prophet, pretty much. They actually back on out from the side of HWA. I think realizing that they have a bit of a lead here, they don't want to throw any of it away. I'm unsure of where that Sunstrike went. Oh. And this Juggernaut, you have Assange and Yasha. It's not awful at this point in the game. It's not the best farm we've ever seen. But, you know, he's sitting at a respectable 360 GPM. And considering you have an opponent who is pushing down all your stuff, it's something. It's just really hard. Like, where do you farm? Where do you find space? I guess you can now farm the mid lane, but of course those creeps, they suck. They don't give you much bounty at all.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's not too much. I mean, they have the Ags up. Oh, that smoke was spotted by this ward on the edge there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So this gank attempt on the Death Prophet not going to work out. She's just going to back on out. And yeah, they're even signaling to the rest of their team, hey, let's back away, folks. Let's get on out of here. There's just... For Stark, obviously smoke ganks are going to be the name of the game. If they can find anyone with a smoke gank, obviously deboarding your base a high priority, but unfortunately they're out of smokes for the next 10 minutes. They're not holding any on them. They've got some big items coming out from folks, but enough to defend against Exorcism. They need something to pop this Death Prophet, and then they need something to pop the Chen. And after that, you still got to deal with the Clinks. I'm just not sure how they catch this fellow. Oh, they managed to get a kill on Trixie in the mid lane. And, I mean, again, with Trixie down, there's not any sort of high ground defense. His Firefly being the only thing keeping Stark going. So... they're going to go in. Again, they have the creeps in mid. Are they actually close enough? They're going to be a first finger of the game. Necroman taking a lot of damage. They finally blow up the Death Prophet, and Nemphy saving his own life. No, the Clink's still able to see him. Dust goes out, but this Omni Slash hitting on a lot of creeps. Gleneski, we can see, has got that null Talisman up and not Lincoln Sphere. This is just not going the way of Stark. They are losing the racks. Trixie's trying to hold. Helsinki taking a bit of damage here, but it's not looking like it's enough. Another melee rack's gone down. And they're out. HWA didn't even pop the exorcism for that one, meaning that they can easily siege up this lane in the next push. It is just the slow and eventual starvation out for Stark.
My just reward.
I do think a lot of this comes down to draft. There were some problems dealing with the Beastmaster in top lane, but not banning out the Death Prophet, not picking up some more wave clear on the lineup of Stark, that seems to be the problem here. Juggernaut can, as you see, can arguably wave clear with the Blade Fury, but you have to be bombed enough that you can take all these auto attacks coming in from HWA. And okay, speaking of Nymphy not being able to take auto attacks, Trixie, he's used his Lost Dust, so not going to be able to follow up there. With the change, with searing arrows being changed a while back to being physical, it is so rough to deal.
Visibility.
I mean, how do you deal with this if you're a Juggernaut? You take so much physical damage, Exorcism's physical, Primal Roar goes through your magic immunity, Impetus doesn't care. It's pure damage, so your spin, not really something you can use to kind of defend yourself and clear waves. And I think despite it not being cold, despite the kill score maybe not reflecting it, it's over for Stark. They have to wait now for HWA to make mistakes on the high ground push. It's pretty much the only saving grace. 10,000 net worth behind, 5,000 experience, considering that your opponents are grouping up together. There's just not too much of a response against it. Now they're smoking into the jungle. Let's see what they can find here. The smoke going to be, oh, the blink away from Valix, but now again the Primal Roar, all this pure damage and physical damage. He doesn't care about your spin, Juggernaut. He's going to be down, does have buyback, but of course really puts his item progression in the hole. And MDL, they're pushing out bottom. They're going to go for the Roshan. And while Stark may know this, I don't think there's much they can do about it unless we see a Juggernaut buyback. If they do buyback for this as well, this will be the final hold. If Juggernaut decides to buy back and contest Roshan, and they don't win the fight, that's it for Stark. So, you seen folks poking? Nope, they're not going to bother to contest it, and this means this last high ground push, that'll be it. There's going to be a tier 2 taken. I can't imagine that Stark will find any reason to defend it. And then they'll be, you know, if they manage to win one, they still have a lot of team fights they need to win to get back in this game. Klink's saving up a lot of gold after picking up his Lincoln Sphere. He hasn't finished the Solar Crest either. Oh, he's gonna, oh, okay, Valix gets the blink away. Really nice quick fingers there from Valix. I'm wondering what damage item the Klinks will pick up next. Could just go for the Deso, he's not really having trouble here. And the Lincoln Sphere protecting him from a good amount of Stark's ways to deal with him. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's something safer, maybe just going for the raw super damage in that MKB.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And he actually needs to eat another creep, so I don't know if they'll push on this one. Yeah, he just... Yeah, they're gonna back on out for a little bit. They're literally playing this so safely on HWA. They could probably take the high ground, whether the Klinks has a nice, delicious creep in his belly or not, but they really want to make sure that they're completely safe. Last push, they did lose a couple people. They managed to get the drop on the Death Prophet. Okay, here it comes. Probably next push we pop the Exorcism, unless a lot of creeps survive here, but I don't... Okay, nope, they're going for it. Necronomicons all popped out. Exorcism at the ready for Necro.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And now Valix jumps in, managed to hit a stun on one, but takes Some scary damage there. They do kill off one of those creeps, which is always nice to have, and they dominate the other one. Tornado comes out their tower, taking a lot of damage. This tornado, though, the wave's still coming in. They didn't manage to hit that, and so the exorcism's still gonna be there. That's an offensive Yules, meaning that they are not gonna be able to have Trixie's use his blink. The Omni Slash does come out. They're doing a lot of damage to the Death Prophet, bring her down, but now we're seeing again the Juggernaut going down to the auto attacks. They finally picked off the Clinks, but again, he has an Aegis. He doesn't care. Is he even gonna fall? They do manage to take him down. They still have... Well, there's no buyback, though, on the Lion, who still has the finger at the ready. They do still have the tower. Oh, gosh. Now the Enchantress is pounding into people, using that impetus. And I think this tower, when the Clinks walks up just a little bit, gonna be going down. He takes one. There is... He's going for the ranged racks. A nice-sized EMP. The jump in and the telekinesis. This Invoker blinks away. Also, the Lotus Orb coming out. Trixie trying to do anything, but instead he takes the stolen Omni Slash. And that's it. I think, unfortunately, that's GG. No buybacks on stock. They call it. We're headed into a game 2.
The Radiant now have mega creeps.
With that, the throne will explode.
Radiant victory.
Once again, folks, I'm Llama Down Under. Excuse me. We're doing some solo casting, getting that practice in. It's early morning Dota anyway. Let's get you all, after some words, let's get you all into the next game right quick. Please enjoy the wait.